No, yeah. So Bad Batch episode 3.
I absolutely loved it.
I did too. I loved it.
Crosshair's a dick.
Well, that's not news.
That's not news. That's not news.
But yeah,
I mean,
he is.
you know,
I mean,
there's
Technically,
he's
he's
brainwashed.
just
he's
doing
manipulated,
his job.
but you know,
Yeah.
it was a very interesting perspective.
Oh yeah.
Seeing like how the episode started with him like all alone in the mess hall, and then like the
Like an
mundane,
outcast, yeah.
and like look at the difference between the mess hall, like right at the beginning of the Bad Batch,
Yeah.
season 1. Where like they're all lively and they're all talking shit. They had a food fight, you know, like
Yeah. They're all
obviously it's not
bros.
Camino, but it's still the it's like a Imperial mess hall, right?
Yeah, yeah.
And right as Bad Batch starts, it's like right after, you know, episode 3, right after the Clone Wars. So it's like, you know, still kind of. I mean, the clones obviously have changed, but they're still kind of like they're all mingling. They're talking.
Yeah.
It's lively.
Yeah.
And then the difference here, it's like it's so quiet. There's like 2-3 people even.
Everyone
kind of
keeps to themselves.
Exactly. It's like it's not. There's no camaraderie. There's no none of that.
No.
I mean, there isn't. And then especially with Crosshair, he's like all alone, and it's like
Well, he's like the weirdo.
little weirdos sitting.
He's the
sitting at the
weirdo
table.
of the weirdos, because the clones are now the weirdos, the
Yeah.
outcasts. But he
was
the
a-
weird clone.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
he's like,
Exactly.
I loved about episode 3 his constant inner. It was a plot within a plot. His constant inner struggle not to like yeet the crap out of the commander giving him the missions.
Oh
He's
yeah.
like, I want to kill this dude so bad. You can just tell. It's like
Yeah.
he's holding it
I
in.
can't kill
I think
him.
that's just anyone with a boss. You know?
Pretty much.
Oh my
Yeah.
god. When you have to answer to someone.
Yeah. But no, yeah, that was really interesting to see. I don't know, Silva might agree with me on this, but the mission as soon as they get there, like the I guess the palace that they're raiding,
Yeah.
it gave me like the entire mission and the vibe and the feel of it. It gave me really strong like GoldenEye vibes.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Did you feel
Yeah,
that?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, I know what you mean.
Yeah. I was like, this.
It was like
This feels
the
like something.
way that it was shot. I
Panning,
guess.
yeah.
Yeah.
Like the certain. I don't know
Yeah,
what
it's
that's
like
called in
this-
animation. but-
No, yeah, and then like we've never seen. I mean, I don't think. No, we've never had like an episode like that where they're infiltrating, like
Yeah.
somewhere. Like
No, it was
so
really
like
cool.
out like with. They're outnumbered. They're it's just like a tactical team going
Yeah.
into
Yeah.
for one purpose, right?
Yeah.
So it was cool seeing them go through every stage and every level of the city and then like the palace. Like the entire concept of it being a like a separatist world from
What's
during.
the term
Oh,
for
I love that.
governess, right?
That's still governor. Yeah,
The
it's still
governor.
governor.
She handled shit like a G.
She did.
Yeah.
She was a G.
She was not
oh
fucking
my
around.
God. She was
Yeah.
so badass.
She did not deserve to die, but
I know.
that's what shows you how different the Empire is,
Yeah.
and that's why Cody left.
Yeah.
And I'm so fucking excited for that.
Yeah.
I'm s
Here's
That's
my
what I
rant.
wanted, but I wasn't. I didn't think it was gonna happen so soon.
yeah, me
Like
neither.
I didn't think
Me
when
neither.
they brought him into the season, it
No.
would immediately be that episode.
But it's exciting because like, I mean, obviously after episode 3, it's like you kind of hate Cody.
Kinda.
No, yeah, like
Yeah.
without the Clone Wars.
He becomes
So it's
the
like,
villain
After
Yeah.
episode 3, you're like, oh fuck Cody,
Yeah,
like,
like-
you just
He did his boy
like
dirty.
without even.
Dude,
So it's like
it's my boy Owie.
exactly, and the
and
you know, like
the
the-
baby.
God.
What is it called? The
my god, the Varactyl,
I don't know.
the
what
thing
they're
he's
called.
riding,
Yeah, the
Oh,
little like
yeah.
gecko.
Varactyl, I think.
The chicken.
The chicken.
The chicken.
Space chicken.
The space chicken, the horse chicken. Anyway, no, yeah. So it's like you're like fuck Cody,
Yeah.
But then after the Clone Wars, you're like, damn, Cody got done dirty.
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah.
So now it's like, it's so great. It's so good seeing that. It's good to know that well, at least in this episode, he's already gotten some redemption because it's like
Yeah.
you're starting to see that the effects are wearing off.
Yeah.
The effects of the chip and like of Order 66 and all that. It's like they're starting to see clearly and like go back
Yeah.
to who they were.
It's starting to settle in. Like, what they
not only
did.
him, because the commander at the post, right?
Mhm.
He was saying, not only Cody, just various different troopers or clones,
Yeah.
just
Going
AWOL.
AWOL.
Exactly.
Exactly.
It's like a whole movement already.
Yeah, exactly.
Pretty
So that to me has brought a lot of redemption to the clones.
Yeah.
You know, like the Clone Wars kind of already did that, but not like the Clone Wars to me personally already gave the clones some more of their dignity back.
Yeah.
You know,
And,
seeing
like,
that they
Their
weren't just
humanity.
mindless. They weren't just droids.
Yeah.
You know, because in the
Yeah.
movies they kind of come off that way.
Well,
But
they don't even really talk.
No, they
Isn't
don't.
Cody the only one that like
Yeah,
says
Cody's-
anything?
Yeah, just Cody.
So
And
we've come a long way.
We have. So to see them going from, you know, what we interpreted them as, and especially if you didn't read the comics or the books, you just watched the movies. At the time, you know, going from what seemed to be like mindless clones, almost droid-like,
Just following orders,
you know,
yeah.
to like they're each individuals.
Yeah,
They're
they have their own
each- they have-
personalities.
exactly,
They
they have
have their
names
own
that, you know.
feelings.
Oh yeah,
They're their own. They have personhood, even
Yeah.
though they're
yeah. even-
exact copies.
Yeah, exactly. They're all the same, but they're each
Unique.
of them are they're unique.
Yeah.
The man of the episode put it perfectly right at the end. Cody did. It's like, hey, you know what the difference is
Yeah.
between
Yeah,
Us and
Droid?
droids.
yeah, I loved that.
Yeah.
Like,
Well, he's
I
right.
love that little
dialogue.
dig at the end, though. It's like, hey, the thing is, we have to live with our choices.
Exactly.
Like, go to bed, bro.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Like,
yeah.
damn.
Good night.
No, I love this episode because of obviously all of like you were saying, like how it's a mission and we're like following them through the city and then through this kind of like raid or whatever they're trying to get. Was it governor?
Yeah. It was
They were trying to get the imperial governor back from the separatist governor. And I love when stories feel connected. That's
Yeah.
like one of my favorite parts of Star Wars. So to see the separatist world that's like, we left the Republic ages ago.
Yeah.
Like
We
you
sure as hell
like,
don't want to be.
like
Yeah.
you didn't have jurisdiction to begin with,
Mm-hmm.
but now that you're a new government outside of the Republic, you have even less say on
yeah.
like what we do here.
Exactly.
So I loved that like premise. I thought that was really interesting.
Yeah.
And it made for a really interesting like cuz she kind of feels like the villain, but
Well,
she's not.
No.
She has every right to be doing what she's doing, and I think that's why Cody like kind of opened up
Well-
at the end when they were all like super hostile and, you know,
Yeah.
like she had the other governor like with a
Yeah,
gun
exactly.
pointed to his head, but he was like, it doesn't need to be this way.
Yeah.
Like it doesn't need to end like this.
Well, technically, I don't think she was a separatist during the Clone Wars
Oh no.
because she says we separated from the Republic way before the Clone Wars began. So, and they were an independent system. They weren't like from what
Oh, they weren't a separatist system.
From what
They
she was
were-
saying, it sounded like they were just an independent system, not
Oh.
aligned with
She
the
had nothing to
separatists
do with any
or
of
the
that.
Republic.
Oh,
So
okay.
and that's a big thing that the Empire started doing was after the Clone Wars, they didn't give a fuck.
Gobbling up all the
Yeah.
planets.
They didn't care.
I'll take this one and I'll take that one.
Exactly,
And I'll
they-
pretend that I'm helping them.
Exactly. And that's,
Yeah.
you know,
Yikes.
so that's what's even crazier is like, yeah, she has battle droids, but they were independent. They were an independent system.
Yeah.
They were not supposed to.
It's so like thought provoking, like
Oh, yeah.
how real it. Like obviously this is like a cartoon and it's like made for kids, but like these are really heavy like topics that they're
Yeah.
covering. But
Yeah.
it's done so well.
Yeah.
But one thing I will say is realistically, those would not have been battle droids.
No.
Those would have been civilians.
Exactly. Especially if they were an independent system. They would not have
Yeah.
had battle droids.
No,
Yeah.
they would have. It would have been
should have
people.
It should have been people.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not saying. You
Yeah.
know, but
No, I don't wish that it was people, but
realistically,
it would have been people.
it would have been people. But
And-
I think you brought
yeah.
up you brought up a good point when we were talking about this before the episode.
Yeah.
It's like, it should have been people, but I think we're gonna see that transition.
Yeah.
I think they're gonna save it. I agree.
Yeah.
I agree with what you
Yeah,
said
yeah,
that they're
yeah.
gonna save it for.
For storytelling's sake, it's
Yeah.
not going to be in the third episode where the Empire just outright kills civilians.
Yeah.
But it's obviously going to get to that point because we know where it ends up, right?
Yeah.
So it's just crazy. It's like watching a car crash in slow motion. You're like, oh, look at what they're doing to this planet. Okay,
Yeah.
what's next? How do they up the ante? It's like,
Yeah.
well, then it's going to be civilians.
Yeah. Exactly. And then
Which is
another
intense.
thing from the episode that, like, again, it not bothered me. I was just like, I was hoping for it, but again, I think we're gonna see it later in the series. It's gonna be more of a transition.
Yeah.
Like, I want to see the TK troopers in action.
Oh, yeah.
You know,
of
I want to
course.
see them. So
Yeah.
it's like when they were like, "Oh, we're gonna raid this planet that doesn't want to comply." I was like, "Here we go.
Yeah.
Here we go." And so, like, it's still cool. I'm never gonna complain that we get more Clone Wars, but pretty much the episode just felt like another episode of the Clone Wars
Yeah,
because it was
did.
just droids and clones.
I think they wanted it
Of course,
to be like that though, because
but
it ends
it's
with
the same, but it's different.
Yeah,
'cause
it
it's the
ends with the
Empire.
TK troopers replacing all those clones that died,
It makes sense
and
at
it
the end.
adds to the story of the clones from Inception were always disposable to the
Yeah,
Empire.
like pawns. and
Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
so-
Well, I guess the episode itself is a metaphor to the entire story of how the clones are the ones that came in, made that transition, and then the Empire was just like, all right, get out, and then here are the stormtroopers,
I mean,
pretty much, you know.
It's really sad
Kinda.
though because that's a very realistic like thing that happens to soldiers after war.
Oh yeah, veterans.
Like to veterans are
Yep.
often just
Yeah.
cast aside, ignored,
Unfortunately,
not given the help they need,
not. Yeah.
not respected.
Not
So,
respected.
yeah, the show touches on a lot of very
What-
real world
And that's why a lot of
things.
military and veterans connect so much with the Clone Wars,
Oh, of
you know,
course.
and probably now the Bad Batch even more.
Yeah.
But also with just Star Wars in general, but
Yeah.
but because it's
War.
yeah, it's in the name.
Yeah.
But no, yeah, the episode was absolutely amazing. Cody, I'm so happy. I'm so happy about Cody. I cannot, like, they've, before we just didn't know what happened to
Yeah.
Cody. Now they've given him a story.
Yeah, like I'm so excited to see where it goes
Yeah,
from here.
because who knows where he goes from here. He could go with Rex. He could,
go on his own.
go on his own. There's so many possibilities.
Could we see like a Obi-Wan Cody redemption?
Like,
I would have loved to see that in Kenobi.
Yeah.
And even if not in Kenobi,
Apparently
even if
that
we
was
see it,
supposed to happen.
I think it
Like
was
in an early script.
Oh really?
Yeah, like the clone, the 501st clone that was like on the streets,
Oh,
like begging
yeah.
for money.
It was supposed to-
Apparently that was supposed to be Cody. Maybe
Break-
not
Don't
that
break
exact
my heart like
situation,
that.
Indeed.
but like
Don't break my heart like
I
that.
know. But that's the thing where it gets tricky because, like, yes, we want to see that, but, like, Obi-Wan really has to be in hiding. He really has to be...
No one can even know.
No, yeah.
Yeah, no
So
one can
it's
know.
like, as much as I want them to make up, it's like...
I would have loved to see
probably not gonna happen.
Cody and Obi-Wan's like redemption in Kenobi, and I feel like only in Kenobi. Like if
That was the time.
originally what I thought would happen was Cody would be part of the team that's hunting Obi-Wan,
Oh.
and
yeah.
that he would eventually help,
like,
kind of
turn him.
yeah, kind of like how that clone helps Hera and in the first season of the Bad Batch, where that clone like helps Hera escape,
Yeah.
and he's like, "This isn't right. We should, we fought to protect these
Yeah.
people. You know, like I thought it
Yeah.
would be something like that, but with Cody and Obi-Wan, where Cody's like, I'm so sorry, like I had
I'm
no
not going to
control.
make the same mistake again.
I'm not gonna make exactly,
Yeah.
and you
That
know,
would have been-
make your
Woo!
escape. So Obi-Wan makes his
Yeah.
escape, and then I thought that's how Cody would have died. Is once the
Like
Inquisitor found out
sacrificing himself,
that he helped him escape. You know what I mean? So I thought that would have
been-
happened.
Yeah.
And
But I
that-
feel like maybe there's more for Cody.
No,
Like,
of course,
because
of
if
course.
that didn't happen, that kind of insinuates that he lived
Yeah,
like further into the future.
yeah.
So like, you know, who knows?
Oh, of
Maybe he's
course,
on
yeah.
Endor. Like, we don't know.
Yeah, now with what we saw in episode 3 of Bad Batch, now it's like anything can happen. You know, he
Oh,
could
yeah.
be in Return of the Jedi, like how Rex is.
Exactly.
You know?
Yeah.
We don't know. It could be absolutely anything. I'm just saying, like, if Obi-Wan and Cody had a moment like that, I feel like it would have been perfect for Kenobi.
Yeah.
At this point now, after the Kenobi series, it's like, I don't know where that would fit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because if they bring Kenobi out and off of Tatooine again, that's just like, you know, that's a lot.
It gets complicated.
It gets complicated. So it's like, what I'm saying is, at this point, I don't think we're going to get that
No.
redemption.
No.
You know,
the fan fiction, it will definitely
it's
be there.
already out there. It's already out there.
I literally, after that episode ended, I was like, I already know the Cody Wan people are like, like writing there. So after that happened, he went straight to Tatooine,
Oh my god.
where they
Don't
rendezvoused.
continue.
That was always the plan.
Bruh.
If we ever get separated, meet here at this planet at this time.
Anyway.
Are you judging the Cody Wan shippers?
But yeah, his story can go anywhere now.
Yeah.
And I'm excited. I'm excited to see what happens. I'm sure we'll get to see more of it. Maybe it's as simple as he's gonna go meet up with the Bad Batch. You know, who knows?
That kind of felt like where it was going, but then also like, how big can the Bad Batch get? Like, are they just gonna be like a little orphanage of?
No, I don't.
clones?
I don't think that he's gonna team up with them. He's probably gonna.
Be like, hey,
It's
so
a possibility.
Crosshair did this, and they're like, oh yeah, we already know, but thanks for telling us.
It's possible that he'll go with them.
Maybe for like a couple
Just to
missions or something.
no missions. Just go say hello. Where should I go from here? You know.
Oh,
Like, I don't know where else to go.
yeah.
And then they you can stay with us, or here's some information where you can find Rex and Gregor, or stuff like that.
yeah.
Because the Bad Batch, remember, helped Gregor break out at the end of season 1,
That's true.
and Gregor meets up with Wolf and Rex.
But Cody isn't with them in like
Cody's not
Rebels,
with
right?
them, no. So who knows?
He
what
could
happens.
be with them and then die before Rebels.
exactly.
Like, that's still possible.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm really excited to see what happens with Cody. I'm already really happy with, like, even though he doesn't get a redemption, or we don't know, it could
Yeah,
happen.
his story's not over.
Even though he doesn't get a redemption with Obi-Wan,
yeah.
like, he's still redeeming himself with, like, already he's him leaving the Empire. That he's
that's
already
a big
like
deal.
that's a big deal.
Like, born to be a soldier and going AWOL is like unheard of.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But yeah,
It was so good.
it was so good.
And the
Yeah.
music too.
the music
it was
was
like-
really good.
It was really eerie and like off-putting, but it was very moving. I think it really fit the tone of the episode.
Yeah. No, it definitely did. It definitely did.
Hey guys, I hope you enjoyed that highlight. If you want to check out another one, you can click here, or if you want to watch the full episode, you can click here. You can also go down below to subscribe and keep up with us throughout the week, and we'll see you in the next one.